Well, when you cast your vote for the president, you can actually cast your vote for an elector who will then cast a vote today for the president and vice president.
Well, that's just one part of the process taking place today in states across the country. And joining us live to talk more about how the electoral process will take place today in Washington state is Washington Secretary of State Kim Wyman. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
Now, just generally, explain how the electoral process works. I mean, we vote for a candidate, but we are actually voting for the electors. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. So back in the summer of 2020, both of our major parties in every state in the country elected the electors that would represent their party should they win in the popular vote in their state. And so here in Washington, we have 12 electors selected by the Washington State Democratic Party, and they will convene today in our state capitol at noon, and they will cast their votes for president and vice president, and that will be sent to Congress. And on January 6th, on the floor of the House, they will tally those votes nationally and elect the president.
Okay. Were there any changes this year to this process due to the pandemic?
Yes, absolutely. This year, we are only letting the electors and one or two people from this party in the building, and we have a lot of security and just making sure that people are socially distancing. We're going to conduct our Electoral College on the floor of our Senate, our state Senate, and we're just very excited to really see democracy in action.
You know, there are a lot of people who think that we don't really need the Electoral College in the modern age anymore. How do you weigh in on that? Should we have a direct vote? Whoever gets the most votes wins?
Well, it's certainly a policy debate that our country could have. The risk, in my opinion, of having a direct popular vote would be that states like Washington would be pretty irrelevant. The candidates would just have to really go to the population centers like New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and spend their time campaigning there because they'd have enough votes to win. And the Electoral College forces candidates to talk to states that are medium and small sized and campaign there and spend their time there. So I think even in the modern era, the Electoral College holds up.
Although I think on the flip side of that, some maybe Republicans in Washington or even Oregon feel right now their votes don't really matter because the states typically go blue.
Oh, absolutely. I've lived in Washington State for almost 30 years, and certainly we haven't voted for a presidential candidate that wasn't a Democrat since 1984. So definitely it's difficult to be a Republican in a blue state, but overall the Electoral College, I think, really serves the purpose the framers had in mind when they created it.
Yeah, we've heard the allegations of voter fraud by President Trump. And does this system resist that in any way, or is it possible to have fraud through the electoral process with the electors as opposed to the vote itself?
The Electoral College, no, I don't think fraud is an option because the political parties are nominating the electors that will represent them and cast the ballots today on the voters' behalf. But overall, I think Washington and Oregon really lead the country because we're vote by mail in terms of voter fraud. We have paper ballots. All of the 4.1 million ballots that were cast here in Washington State, I can attest, were counted accurately. We can hand count those ballots. We can go back and verify them. And we certainly do that through all sorts of auditing processes. So, I'm really proud of the system that Oregon built first, and we followed suit, and it holds up. And I know people are frustrated right now, but we have challenge processes in place, and our candidates can exhaust those, and they are, and our system stands up.
Yeah, well, speaking of, Republican gubernatorial candidate Lauren Culp has claimed that you botched the election and is now suing you. Do you have any comments or response to that?
Well, unfortunately, it's a pending litigation, so I can't comment specifically on the election itself. But what I can tell you is that I've been conducting elections for 27 years. And here in Washington State, we have 39 county election officials who are elected by their counties, and they do the work. They swear to uphold the Constitution and laws of our state. And they did an incredible job this year. And so I know we'll prevail in court if it even makes it to court, quite honestly. At this point, we did our jobs well. We're proud of it, and I think it will stand on its own.
Well, thank you very much, Washington Secretary of State Kim Wyman. Very enlightening. Appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.